What's up, Mr. Boyd? Hold on, let me close my shades. All right. Let's look better a little bit. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Oh, I'm still trying to get the stream kind of set up. All right, that looks okay. That's what we're working with tonight. What's going on, everybody? I'm going to put you guys on this side first. How's it going? Duro, Gaurav, thanks for being here. Thank you. What's good? Hey, how goes life? Life goes good, Ashley. Med school started again, so I mean, I've been keeping up with my studies really well, and I'm really tired today. I still want to go over like 15 practice questions, but they're like USMLE style, so I really dissect every question before I answer it, and hopefully I get the right answer. It's basically what's been going on lately. Today I'm really tired, so excuse me if I don't have a lot of energy like I have in some of my past streams, but I'm just kind of tired today. And I'm also eating, so I'm sorry for that. You got it right. Cool. Got out. Thank you. Thanks, Ashley. I mean, what can we do? Complain? That's not a. That would be a no. I'm just eating. Gonna hang out with you guys. Gonna relax, do some questions, all that good stuff. How are you guys all doing? What are you all up to? So research job at a med school. Nice. What are you doing for research, Ashley? What's your job? Or what research project are you working on? Or tell me more about it. Sounds interesting. I always liked people doing research because it's such like it's kind of like an arcane thing. People don't really know what research is, and I feel like it's very different, like lab to lab. So what are you doing? Hello, who's all here? Say hi. Ask me questions. Tell me about your lives. Research assistant in preventive medicine. We're researching how to improve the quality of life in senior citizens and disabled people. Oh, wow, that's interesting, Ashley. Um, are you like going into their homes and taking a look at like, I guess like sidewalks and like maybe what are they called? Like ramps so they can get in and stuff like that to keep them in their home as opposed to nursing facilities. That's really great. I feel like it's very important. I feel like we heal so much better in our own homes, and it's just like one of those things where we're so used to just hospitalizing people, but in reality, if we can keep them in their house, they will heal so much better. That's awesome. Got me working on an oil refinery here in Alberta, where I moved from academia. Research and academia, especially the low-paid postdoc scenario, sucks. So I moved for industry after PhD. Wow, Garav, that's awesome. So you got a PhD. That's amazing. Fixing pipes and roofs, bathrooms, etc. What's like the number one thing you would do for like in a senior home? What is the number one thing you think is like the most beneficial? I guess just across the board, I guess, or just I guess it probably depends, but what's been your favorite thing, I guess, to improve? That's really cool. Like oil refinery. I had a chemistry professor in high school. He did he was like the foreman of an oil refinery like at age 16 or something, and he had a really good job, and he chose to come teach us instead, and he was amazing. He was so smart. You're hoping to make into medical school. You take your first MCAT without an adequate prep on August 3rd. I want to take another shot in the coming year. 41 years old, that's a big risk, but I'm hoping I can. I think you can definitely do it. Gaurav, there's plenty of people in my class. I'm a classmate, and she had a career as a musician before she went to medical school. Um, yeah, it's definitely doable. She's amazing, and she was a musician. It was really interesting. It was really cool. She was a musician before. I forgot what instrument she played. I don't know, like the flute. I'm sure she played multiple instruments. Um, but I always thought it was really cool how people come from different fields and have careers in other fields before they come into medicine. I think that's amazing. Actually, I'm not repairing them. A third party is. I think the bathroom repairs are most important so they can maintain their dignity. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, that's a really good one. Bathroom repairs to maintain dignity. I like that response a lot. I like that response a lot. Did you have doubts about medical school while waiting for your interviews? No, not really, Mohammed. I always wanted to be a doctor. So going to medical school was always a no-brainer for me. And I think a lot of people do worry about that. Like, is med school right for me? But at that point, I think you should know, kind of in a sense. I never had second doubts, or yeah, right. That's what you said. Doubts about medical school. I never really had those second doubts about medical school. It's always been what I wanted to do. So. Psychologist in me. Yeah, actually, that's amazing. That's such a good response, though. Like fixing their restrooms so that they can preserve their dignity. I think that's an amazing response. It's more difficult here in Canada. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile going to Caribbean med school. I am personally not a big fan of Caribbean med schools. Um, just because of how expensive they are. They really are just like turning people over and over. It's a for-profit medical education institution, so that in itself says a lot. And I get why you would consider it, but I think that you should. I don't know. It just doesn't sound um, like a good option personally, I guess. Let's see. It's like one of those things. Are you willing to take the risk? It's like really hard to tell. Like I'm already in med school. It's hard for me to tell on this side of the coin just because like I'm already here, I guess, and it's easy for me to say like, yeah, do it, or nah, don't do it, because it's like you have to assess like your life situation. Is this really what you want to do? Like you said, like a lot of people say that, like you said, a lot of people say nothing but good things about the field of medicine, but is it what you want to do? Like, it's obviously what they want to do. Is it what you want to do? It's very important. Because if it's not, it's going to be absolutely miserable. Because it's really hard. How's it going, Trix Clan? I've never heard so many people say good things about what they do in the field of medicine. Yeah, exactly. I know you heard a lot of good things, but is it what you want to do? No Caribbean by Ashley. Explain why no Caribbean, Ashley. Garrett, you're here. What's going on? Did another shadow in the ER yesterday. Nice. How'd you like it? Tell us about it, Garrett. The ER is always a lot of fun. My only reservation about doing ER is a burnout right, and if I want kids. I thought that they had a pretty good like how can I say that? I thought they had a pretty good like non-burnout rate just because they can really they have like shift work, so they work a lot of shifts, but then they have a lot of days off. Is that not the case? I thought that's how like that kind of worked. Actually, for profit, there are a few good schools, I think, but too, but it's not worth the hassle when you go looking for a residency. Yeah, it's very scary, like, because they can really, yeah, it's really scary because they can totally just, like, it's very expensive, and then if they fail you out, like, it just sucks because you just lost a lot of money. I totally see that. Let's see. I heard that when you go to Caribbean Med School, only the top students are supposed to take the USMLE Step 1 exam. I did not know that, Trex. I wouldn't be surprised because that's very interesting, Trex. I haven't heard that, but I can see why they would do that because they have some pretty high pass rates, which means that if they did only force the good students to take it, then that would make sense, which kind of sucks. That's kind of evil. Garrett, the schedule is really nice. They don't work a lot of hours. Full time is 14 by 8-hour shifts, but they have to switch their sleeping patterns all the time. The doc I shadowed work is 6 a.m., the following 12 a.m., then the following 4 p.m. So it's just basically the switching around of schedules. I don't know. I feel like if you can get a good schedule going as a physician, I think that is one of the top. That's like one of the top things I think I kind of want to look for, and I think it would be amazing to have like a really good schedule and also be a physician. Emily, you probably addressed this in a video already, but fill me in. What specialties are you considering and why? Emily, thanks for asking. So I am considering a few specialties. It's still very early to say what specialty I want to go in, obviously. But the specialties that I'm really liking, I really like working with kids. I like pediatrics. I have done a lot of general pediatrics, and I know I don't want to be a general pediatrician. So I would most likely subspecialize in some pediatric field. I really like critical care and crap. What was my other one? I can't even think right now. I really like critical care and interventional radiology. Interventional radiology is extremely competitive. I didn't know that. Yes, it's extremely competitive. I didn't know that, and that's like another one I'm considering. But most likely some peds specialty. Oh, peds critical care and peds hematology oncology is kind of what I'm thinking of. Only neurosurgery or family medicine. Seriously, Garrett, one or the other. No choices. I know Caribbean is easy to get into, but tough to get out. Well, it's tough to get in, but easier to get out. Can't tell you how many videos I've seen it. So I'm going to give my best shot, and if I need to, I'll see if I want to take a shot. Next year, take a shot will totally be worth it. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think you should definitely go for it, I guess. I think you should definitely weigh your options and definitely take that year to see if it's really what you want to do, like restudying for the MCAT. You should shadow a little bit more, get some more experience in that sense, and yeah, I think that will be a very good year for you. Yeah, I haven't seen too many videos on like Caribbean medical schools got out because never planned to apply to one of those, so it's one of those things I can't really give you advice on. But I personally, I'm very young though, so I wouldn't have taken that risk at my age. So that's just like my thoughts on that. Let's see. I'm comparing with either hugely underpaid pressured postdocs or doing 12-hour shifts, including night shift at these. Interventional radiology is hard to match into. Yeah, I know. I didn't know it's so hard to match into, Garrett, until recently. It was very recently that I found out that interventional radiology was probably like the most competitive lately. But I think it's the most competitive just because there's such little slots. But I feel like over the next few years, they should be expanding that because it's such a popular residency and it does really good work. Comparing with other hugely underpaid pressure postdocs or 12-hour shows with pushes at these industrial jobs. Yeah, I can totally see that, Angel. Hello, I'm Dr. Wilson. I'll be an anesthesiologist today. Is that what you want to go into? Anesthesiology? And you're still using science in the medical profession and you keep working later in your life. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I wanted to go into field. It's a field that's lifelong. I'm gonna do this forever. I loved it, and it's like a very secure job. There's like multiple facets, and yes, I love the work. It's lifelong, and it gives you a good life. So there's nothing really that you can ask better, especially if it's something you really want to do with your time in your life. Got to get used to introducing myself like that. Yes. Are you sure, Angel? I feel like you're gonna change up. I feel like you're gonna want to go into OB-GYN or something. I can see that. You're gonna switch into OB-GYN, Angel. Excuse me? This works. Yep. Everybody remember this day. Angel's gonna come one day and tell us he's doing OB-GYN. Anesthesia is the worst. What's up, Zanib? How's it going, Foodie? Hi, Zanib and Foodie. What's going on, guys? I'm glad you're here. Let's see. I'm like holding the avocado here, ready to eat it. I'm gonna do this. Zanib, Foodie, Angel. I don't think so. I like that. I don't like the idea of having one screaming through childbirth or seeing one something like that. Bleach. Yo, what are you studying? Bleach. I'm currently studying this avocado, but I should be studying embryology. Mm. Mm. What's up, Dr. Ada? Tips to create a scheduled semester for fall. What app to use? Oh no, my sister just stole the salts from me. Tips to create a scheduled semester for fall. Wait. Tips to create a study. Wait, restate your full question, Dr. Ada. I'm like lost now. So I started a new relationship, sort of. My friends are behaving as if I got married. Yep, that happens, Angel. That's kind of funny. How new is your relationship, Angel? Dr. Ada, study, not schedule. Yeah, I don't get what you're saying. Um, Hi, Pusheen. How's it going? Love the thumbnail of this live stream. Everybody loves avocados. How do I create a study schedule? What apps to use and tips for a successful schedule? That's something I am still working on, Dr. Ada. Um, let's see. I don't know if I've showed you guys my schedule, but oh yeah, I think I kind of posted it up. So hold on one second. All right. I don't. So that for the app, Dr. Ada, I just use Google Calendar or whatever calendar is on your phone. I have it synced onto my Gmail, onto everything really. On my computer, I have it synced basically everywhere, and it, so you can kind of see that's what the schedule looks like. One second, guys. And that's basically what my schedule looks like. So I basically wake up at 6, get ready for school. I wrote down here that I do 15 minutes of Anki before I leave, but I don't usually do that. I actually just get ready to go to school. Um, and then I have class from like 8 to 12 usually, or lab. And then um, let's see. And then in the afternoon, I basically have a lot of sessions with questions, question study sessions, and that's basically what my time looks like. All right, let me catch up to some questions. Sorry, I'm kind of busy here on the computer as well. So that's basically what I do, Dr. Ed. I hope that, I mean, it kind of helps, not really. But let's see. Do you work during medical school? I do not, Zanib. It's really difficult to work during medical school. I don't think you should. It's not advised. And yeah, it's just like one of those things. Like, medical school is my job. It's my job to learn how to save people's lives. Like, that's it, hands down. So what app did you use? You should make a video on how to navigate Google Calendar and create a study schedule. Tried it, but it wasn't user friendly to me. It actually felt okay for me to, like, whenever I was doing it. I did it like 2 or 3 Sundays ago. It did take me a couple of hours probably, so that it would put like every single Monday I have this, every single Tuesday I have this, and then my weekend schedule is different than my weekly schedule, obviously. Um, Maybe I'll make a video. It's not something like I would usually do, but maybe if it helps you guys, I might try to make it. That sounds kind of like a time-consuming video, and I'm trying to not do a lot of time-consuming videos, for obvious reasons. Let's see. Chronicles and studies. How do you keep up with the demands of medical school and trying to balance it with your life? It is very difficult. Chronicles. It's very difficult. Yes, it's very hard all the time. It's a constant battle, um, but that's okay. Like, that's what I knew I got myself into. That's what my partner knew I was gonna do for the longest time, and that's what my family knew I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So it's like one of those things where a lot of people have to be on board with you, for you to be able to do this. Quite honestly, there's a lot of people that have to be on board. So yes, it's difficult, but I feel like if the right people in your life, then it's gonna be doable. You can do it, and it'll be all right. You'll fight through it. Also, how do you keep a consistent study schedule? So the schedule I have on my phone, it really helps a lot. Um, 1 second. My schedule on my calendar helps me so much, and I don't follow it to a T every single day, of course. It's more of like a guideline. Like, this is how much you should be studying, this is how much you should be doing daily, and it's only going to help you, like, be a better position, so you should really do this. It's like one of those things that um, you really just need to work on doing, so that, and you need to have it visible where you can see it consistently. That way, like when I get on my phone and like want to get on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, then I see it right here on my phone, and I'm not just like um, I don't know, just messing with it, I guess. Are you still making a lot of compute in med school? Or do you live closer to school now? And all the other things you said you commuted 2 hours for undergrad. So yes, I am living much closer now, Emily. In one of my videos, I do remember which one you're talking about, where I said that I lived very far, um, and I no longer live that far. I live like 15 minutes from school. Thank God. Yeah, that would not be very doable. But yes, I do live a lot closer now, like 15 minutes from school. Do you learn any medical myths in medical school? Um, we don't really do a lot of like medical myths stuff. We do more of like what's real. Um, and I say that in the sense that, how can I explain it? Like there's a lot of things that they teach us, like this is what the general public believes, this is what's the truth, and this is how you have to learn how to talk to them. Um, it's like one of those situations, I guess. What's up, new row, Mr. Boyd? That's good. You live closer. You need that time. Yeah, I definitely need it a lot more. Yeah, I definitely needed it now that, like, yeah, I totally needed the those 2 hours was absolutely ridiculous. So much time lost, and it really did suck. It sucked. Um, but we're doing okay now, so we're closer now. Thank you for your answers. That makes a lot of sense. How do you stay consistent with sleep? I have acute insomnia that pops up a lot when I'm at college. Ooh, Chronicles, that's a good question. Yeah, so staying consistent with sleep, it helps to have a sleep schedule, good sleep hygiene or whatever. I don't have insomnia as much. I don't have insomnia very much anymore. I used to have a lot of it when I was in high school, and it's really weird. But I put a fish tank in my room, and the sound of the water helped me so much, like get rid of the insomnia, which is really weird, I know, um, but it helped. So um, I don't know, like really how to say. Yeah, I know what you're saying though. The insomnia part sucks. But having a good sleep schedule, like going to sleep before 10 every single day, trying not to look at screens right before you go to bed, like at least an hour, kind of like tone yourself down that last hour, drink a tea or whatever, and just like kind of chill like the hour before you go to sleep, and do that every single night. That way your body gets used to doing that right before you go to bed, so it knows when you start doing these things, it's time to simmer it down and start getting ready for bed. I got so much info about Canada Medical School from the girly MD. You should follow her. She's awesome. Wow. I'm glad she helped you so much, man. Um, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. Whoa, there's a lot of new people. I got so much info. Hello, Aaron. How important was your medical school missions when you were applying? How important was your medical school missions? So, hey, what's up, Arul? Thanks for showing up, Arul. So when you should definitely look at the med school mission. I kind of knew that the med school, that my in-state school, was the right fit for me because I grew up here in New Mexico, and I knew like what the problems were and what needed to be done to address those problems. So it was kind of a no-brainer, really. But definitely, when I applied to, I think it was so Minnesota had a great primary care family medicine program, and that is the reason I applied to there because of that. And yes, medical mission is very important, um, super important when applying to a medical school. All right. Oof. Um, so yeah, it is important, but at the end of the day, you need to go to a medical school that is going to fit in with your beliefs and the kind of doctor you want to be. And it's important, but at the end of the day, if you want to be a doctor, you will go to pretty much any school, and then you can work out your career goals from there. What's up, Aru? New to the stream. Thank you for being here. Bavid Yur. How much cost of money during 4 years of medical school? It depends. Every single school is different. The tuition varies at every school, Foodie. So look at the school that you want to apply to and see how expensive it is. I know there's very expensive medical schools. Here, my school in my school is one of the cheapest in the United States for in-state tuition, and I'm really glad I'm going here. Ever popped Adderall to study for test? Never have I done that, Bavid. I think it's I mean, I know a lot of people do it. It's not the kind of studying or the kind of student I want to be, I guess. You have to rely on meds to do well on a test. And anyways, in medical school, you should not be cramming. You never cram for a test because that's that's not an effective way of learning. And then whenever like a big test comes up, like step, you're gonna be used to using those drugs, and that's just not good, honestly. So they're showing that while noise or natural sound helps sleeping, it helps with melatonin release. So it helps with pineal gland. So the fish tank isn't weird. Yeah, I don't think it's weird. I'm just saying like it really helped me with my sleep whenever I started doing that. It was really amazing. So I definitely recommend putting a fish tank in your like whatever. Let's see. How do you feel about using weed to combat insomnia? If it's like medical marijuana, I'm all for patients using that stuff to like help them sleep or whatever. Um, I am all for helping patients like feel better, and if like cannabis helps them sleep and insomnia is a problem, then I think it's fine. As long as like a doctor prescribes it, I guess, or whatever, because it is turning into a drug, which kind of sucks, but that's just like the reality of the world we live in, right? I'll try that since my sleep schedule has been a bit out of whack. I hadn't thought of the background noises calming aspect of my night routine. Yeah, you could also try, they sound like noise makers. You can try different things like that, Chronicles. The fish tank really helped me. I actually have a fish tank in my room now. Um, the filter isn't as loud now. But whenever I do like start having these fits, then I'll definitely like start like lowering the water, I guess, so that I can sleep better. You're welcome, Jose. Thank you for asking the question. Have you had many scholarships, financial or tuition at your medical school? So my medical school tuition is very cheap, Emily. But as for scholarships, we do have a. I did get a disadvantaged student scholarship, and let's see. And that was like $8,000. So it's a pretty big scholarship that I get every single year. That's like the only scholarship I really get, and there's a bunch of small ones you can apply to. I haven't gotten any of those though. Chronicles, what would you recommend for someone going to medical school who has struggled with anxiety and depression? I think that has nothing to do with how good of a physician you're going to be. So if you want to um, if you want to go to medical school, that shouldn't stop you. Like anxiety and depression, like you need to learn how to keep it under control and how to manage it. But I think it's completely fine as long as you learn how to control and manage it. You should be fine for medical school. I don't see what the like problem is or big deal is. You can definitely do it. Music, what's going on? I haven't seen you in such a long time. I saw your comment on my last video. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it a lot. You know, I appreciate you a bunch. Um, thanks, man, for being here. I really appreciate it. Jose, I'm currently debating on whether or not I should take the MCAT this summer before my senior year or wait until I graduate to the MCAT. What would you recommend? I would recommend you take the MCAT whenever you feel um, when you feel ready, Jose. There's not really a right or wrong answer because it depends on um, like how comfortable you are the material you do. You should really study for that and really try and do well the first time, and then like it's just up to you, man. Like I can't really answer that question. I get these questions all the time, and it's really one of those answers that like you need to understand that you need to do this for yourself, and it's just like one of those things, I guess, that you need to learn how to answer for yourself. I think you should definitely take it after you've taken all the prerequisite courses for med school, and like yeah, I think that's your best bet. Let's see, what other question? I think it's hard to get into school and you deal with depression. Like I said, that's why I think you should really manage it and get it under control. And then if you have it under control, it's completely fine to go into medical school. Yeah, exactly. It will help you relate better with patients, but you actually also need to understand that you really need to have it under control because med school is really hard. It really sucks. It tests you every single day, and you can really fall off the wagon, I guess, if you already are prone to these, like if you're already prone to depression or anxiety. it can really exacerbate it if you don't have it well under control. Thank you for that insight. And what would you recommend a person do for 1 or 2 gap years to improve their application? So what's your weakest area in Chronicles? Is your weakest area your GPA, your MCAT? Is it you don't have enough shadowing? For me, it would have been like I need to take some more upper level courses, improve my GPA, maybe retake the MCAT. I had amazing extracurriculars all throughout my 4 years, so I probably wouldn't have focused my energy there. It would have been more GPA or MCAT focused, depending on what my application was weakest in. You need to take a look at what you're weakest in and work on that. Thank you. Let's see. Thanks, Mr. Boyd. I follow Girly MD2. Cool. Let's see. Any other questions? I haven't missed any questions, have I? Let me know if I have, guys. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted with the computer over here. I'm eating. I'm trying to answer your questions, but I'm here like hanging out with you guys too. Like, I'm not like here to go crazy answering your questions, even though I do want to answer your questions. Sure. So my strategy right now, guys, for studying in med school, I'm only a week into this first year. I got a 96% on my first quiz. I missed one question. I'm still angry about it, but so what I've been doing is I have been doing Anki cards. I do not make my own Anki cards. I downloaded the Anki from Reddit. It's called Zonki. I activate the cards that are relevant for that week. Our professors like give us the obviously like they have their lectures up before we start the week. So what I like to do is Sunday night, I go through all of the slides, high yield notes, everything they give us, and then I go through Anki and I activate every single relevant topic, and then I just do that every day for the week. I do my Anki cards every single day. I finish them. I try to read like the high yield notes. I watch some Boards and Beyond videos. I do practice questions. Just a lot of stuff, and I just jump around from topic to topic to keep it kind of fresh in my mind. And that's my study strategy every single day. That's basically a mixture of all those things is what I'm doing. It worked really well last week. It feels like it's working really well this week as well. So that's basically how I'm doing med school right now. I try to go to sleep by 10. Sometimes it doesn't work out. And that's basically how I've been strategizing, and it felt really good last week. Yeah, exactly, Chronicle. See, that's a question that only you can answer. You know the answer. You know what you need to improve in and what you need to do. There really is no secret recipe to getting into med school, guys. Like, they want to see that you're your own unique person. They want to see that you're dedicated to the profession of medicine. They want to see that you are going to be able to handle med school coursework. They want to see that you're a good, normal person, just like stuff like that. It's really no secret. They want a well-rounded, smart physician that's going to succeed and help the community. That's what most med schools are looking for. Yeah. Did you eat some of the rice? You could have eaten some. Good job. Andrea, what's up? Just hanging out. Nothing crazy, guys. Doing some practice questions, hanging out with you guys, eating some dinner. I'm really tired today, so I'm just kind of taking it easy for the rest of the afternoon because I'm pretty spent. Sorry, I keep looking over here, but my other screen is over here and my cam is over here, so. But I'm mostly looking at this screen. Hola, Victoria. ¿Cómo estás? Looks like it's calming down. People are leaving. What's going on, guys? Chronicles, thank you all for your answers tonight. I'm glad I've subscribed. I know you'll continue doing well. Thank you so much, Chronicles. Well, I do live streams quite often, so make sure to hear your notifications so you know when I'm doing them. And I do post videos every Friday of what I learned this week in med school, so keep an eye out for that video. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Let me get this off, guys. I know, I saw. Thanks. No problem. Have a good night. Good night, Chronicles. Do you guys eat your avocado with or without salt? Thank you, Gara. Sorry, I was slightly distracted tonight. I apologize. I usually sometimes just pay attention to the stream, but this was more of like a hangout stream and answer questions as I saw them. And yes, I was very distracted. I'm sorry. Maybe I might be better in the next stream. I'm usually better than this. I'm sorry. I'm just very distracted right now. But thank you so much for asking your questions, and I hope I answered them in a thoughtful, insightful way, I guess. Thank you. I wish you like medicine is a lifelong thing, and I really hope that if it is what you desire, you'll get into med school, and I wish you the best. I truly do. Because it is beautiful. This is the best thing I've ever done in my life. Like, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. Bro, what's going on, guys? Sorry, I'm kind of distracted today. Doing other stuff here while doing the stream. It's kind of like a hangout stream. If I see your question, I'll answer it. Let me know how you're doing. What questions do you have about medical school? I'm eating an avocado. Oh, you guys probably saw it in my thumbnail. MSD, what's going on? I'm glad you made it. I made it back, had to work out. Dang, Garrett. What'd you do, like a circuit? How long have we been on? Wow, we've been on for an hour already. It's rough. Oh, shoot. How's it going, MSC? Tell me all about it, man. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, little circuits are good. I like doing those too. Yeah, MSD. It's absolutely nuts, isn't it? We had our first quiz this week. I got a 96 on it. I missed one question, and I'm so mad about it, but that's all right. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm so glad you already started though. Like, it'll like as you learn how to study better, more efficiently, and you'll get better. Like, just keep going, man. There's like nothing, like you can't really explain it until you've really experienced it. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I'm closing this now, that way I can pay more attention to you guys. So what blog are you guys podcasting a bunch? What kind of what courses are you guys starting again with? Are you guys starting with again MSD? What are you starting with? Is it like the biochem stuff? I remember you sent it to me, man. I totally forgot. Yeah, histocell. Yeah, so they're mixing up our histology into our anatomy block. So we're getting a lot of histology right now. Um, yeah, the histology and then all the slides, and then anatomy. Yeah, all that kind of mix. Okay, it's kind of what we're going through right now. I don't think we're getting a lot of biochem or cell biology yet. I feel like we get that after this block ends. Yeah, man, it's nuts. I know. I feel for you. I want to try to prepare for that kind of study in college. I think it's really good to get really good study skills in college, Garrett, and then once you get into medical school, you just need to adapt them a little bit, and you need to be able to do it all day long. Dang, my eyes in this shirt. Yeah, definitely. Med school material is so much better than undergrad. Oh man. You're podcasting a bunch? What do you mean? Like, what podcast do you listen to, MSD? Who are you listening to that I should be listening to? I like to listen to podcasts when I work out. I go to college in a rural town. Yeah, I originally wanted to be a veterinarian, Garrett. I actually worked as a veterinary assistant for 5 years all throughout college. But I decided I wanted to go to med school instead of veterinary school, which, I mean, I don't regret, but you don't have to take care of lizards and snakes. You could be a specialized vet as well. But I also chose medicine, not only because I liked it a lot more, obviously, but because in my state there is no vet school, and then we have the in-state med school, and it just worked out in the end. But just because you're rural doesn't mean you should go to vet school versus med school. That's not how it works. You can go to medicine, that way you can go back and practice in your rural area. Like, that makes more sense. Oh, that's a term. That's like your lectures, your online lectures. I see. Yeah, I would definitely, yeah, watch a lot of the um, online lectures. So MSD at my school, we're getting such small amounts of lecture. We have 0 to 3 hours of lecture a week. They completely revamped and changed the curriculum. Um, it hasn't been too bad right now because we are in the anatomy block. So I'm wondering what it's going to be like once we hit like the foundations of medical science block. Like, how much lecture are we going to get then? Are they like? I'm interested to see how this shapes out. Honestly, um, that's interesting. Number 4 for vet med. Where you go, Garrett? What's your what college do you go to? Collins, UCLA, or UC Davis? I mean, UC Davis, Collins. Where are you going to vet? Where did you go to school, Garrett? Learning about the squamous cells. We had 6 hours the other day. I know in one day. We had a bunch of lectures last year, and they just like slashed them this year. I don't know if it's just because we're in the anatomy block. I wonder how it's going to be once we start the other block. But we usually had 4 hours um, of lecture every single day, Monday through Friday. Texas A&M, dang, you're pretty close. You're like that way. You're that way, Garrett. Nice. Texas A&M. I know a lot of people that were obsessed with Texas Tech when I was in high school. They really want to go to Texas Tech. So, all right, MSD. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi, man. I'll see you later. I need to do some questions too on embryology. I wasn't really considering vet med because I'm gonna roll what moves, but more so because people let them around and they made it sound so wonderful. Yeah, definitely. Like, vet med it's really fun. It's really amazing. Um, yeah, I mean, vet med is also amazing. I have nothing bad to say about it. Quite honestly, I had a lot of fun working those 5 years as a veterinary assistant. It was a lot of fun. Southeast baby Texas Tech is nasty. No. What's so nasty about it, Gary? Is it just, are you guys rivals or what? All right, guys, I'm also taking off. I need to finish these questions. I have 15 questions on embryology to do tonight. I want to finish them before I go to bed. So thank you all for being here. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me, especially you, Garrett. You hang out all your questions. I'll see you guys.